I can hear myself.
I'm here.
Can I get the master turned down a little bit?
Who wants to be Yang?
Can I get the master on mine turned down a little bit? Oh, you can hear me. You can hear what I'm saying. That's good.
Is Alka Yang?
And can I get the game just a little bit lower, if that's possible?
All right, who wants to be Edge?
That's good. That's perfect.
Frodo. Yep, I can hear everything.
I love that Edge, like...
Edge is our best melee character. Who wants to be Tella? Oh, Titus is Tella, yeah.
I love that Edge is his own stereotype. Like, his name is Edge, and he is the Edge Lord.
All right, 2 more characters. Who's Palam?
All right, how problematic is me drinking water? Like,
all right, last character. Last character. Who wants to be?
Good idea. I'll keep the lock on it.
Okay.
Mop.
Okay, we're good. We named all the characters. We will not see all of these. I believe there was going to be a tracker or something. Was that a thing that was going to happen? Okay, never mind. It's not important. I don't need a tracker. I'm good at the
Just
video.
memorize everything.
I mean, it's not that hard in this game to remember because it's only like a list of 18 things.
There's only 18 things?
Only 18 key items.
Well, that's easy enough.
And I can check my like inventory whenever I want if I forget.
See, tracking in like Super Metroid is super easy because to check if you have the things, you just use the thing. Do I have bombs? Well, bomb.
Oh,
Did it work?
I'm so sorry. I have a bit of a cough today. Also did that a bunch in the panel. All right, tell me when I can start. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Just go, Scott, just go. This is free enterprise. It's a... Okay, it's a randomized Final Fantasy IV. We've got the Palam squad here. This is going to be a very difficult beginning to this game because I have 2 of the bad white mage. But that's fine. And we get a key item at the beginning. I got the glass helmet, which is not a key item, but it is in the key item list. It's pretty much the worst thing in that list, so... Oh boy, we are off to a start. All right, Palam squad, let's go. Oh, sorry, Poram. I always mix them up.
I mean, they're basically the same.
No, Poram's a black mage, so it's a little better. So what I'm going to do here first is all the chests in the game have random items in them. So what I'm going to do is the first thing is first, I'm going to just check a bunch of, well, chests and other spots that have items. So I'm going to check a bunch of these spots. I'm also going to check shops to see what they're selling. I won't be able to afford anything right now, but maybe something will be good. Because of the start I got, I would really like an item called the Stardust Rod, would be my ideal. Okay, so here we have a boss fight that gives us a character and a key item. We can see what the boss is here, and we can see that the character is Edward, who is the most useless character in the game, so we can do that later. We're also going to check this item shop. It sells Star Veils and Cure 3s, so I might come back here later to pick some of that stuff up. I don't really have any money right now. So we're just going to go around to a few areas that give us free stuff.
Free stuff?
So next up is Mist. So there's a couple items here, literally 2, but there's also, it's just an easy place to stop. Flame Rod could actually come in handy right now if I don't get anything better.
Can you break rods in this game?
You cannot. That shop sells a Protect amulet. That's one of the best amulets. So that might come in handy. This shop has the Masamune, so if we wind up getting Edge, going back there might be worth it, because that's Edge's best weapon. Or, yeah, that's Edge's best weapon. Edge's second best weapon is the Muramasa, so I mix them up like all the time. So there's more free items here. We can also get the hovercraft. The whole thing with free Enterprise is that you get the Enterprise, the airship, for free. Oops. So that's what we're doing. The goal here is to find all 18 find all the key items we need and get strong enough to beat the final boss. All we need is either the Darkness Crystal or the Pass, which is an added item for this, and the Crystal. Those are the only required ones, but you know, they might be hidden behind other key items, or you know, I'm probably not going to be able to beat Zeromus with 2 Palums. Or Porums. I have 2 Porums. I cannot believe I have 2 Porums. This is ridiculous.
So is there a set area that you go through when you start out every time? Do you just go through some areas that just have a bunch of free items and go from there?
Yeah, people tend to make slightly different decisions on this. I usually go to to Baron, then to Mist. Then I come here to the castle. And then after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check out the mountain nearby, and that mountain gives you a character, but you have to beat a boss, but you get the character before you beat the boss. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip my best gear, save. Saving is important in this game, and see if we wind up with something good. It is entirely possible that we can't beat the boss, but you know, if we say have Edge or Kane there, then I'll be able to do it no problem. So I did find some better gear for these two. So let's equip that. So, did I have another good helmet? No, just those things. I found some decent gear. I didn't find anything amazing.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Final Fantasy IV has an item limit.
It does, and that becomes a problem sometimes, but we're nowhere near that right now. All right, so we have Kane here, and the boss is the CPU core. So we should maybe be able to do this with Kane in the CPU core. Hi, Jaxler. So what we're going to do is we're going to take down the Remedy core. This core heals the boss every turn. Now, unfortunately, this the other one uses Mazer. What we want to do is we want to take down the CPU core, or the Defender core, because it's going to keep healing the boss. If I can actually hit it, that is. We're never going to be able to beat down the boss fast enough. Oh wait, this isn't Kane, it's Cecil. I always mix up the names. This is actually a lot worse than Kane. Alright, so what we're going to have to do here is, because the core casts Wall on itself, I'm not actually going to be able to use magic on it, which kind of is rough. I'm going to see if I can do this anyway. But this is not a great start. No, I don't have anything.
So say this fight goes bad. What's the next step?
Next step, I'm gonna go to the castle nearby and check it out for items and see if I can beat the boss there. Although I probably won't even bother checking that, honestly, because this party is kind of not great. So I'll check that out. See the shops there. Probably go to Antlion Cave. Antlion boss is typically pretty easy. So if I were to kill the attacker core, the CPU would kill 2 of my party members. So that's typically to be avoided. I don't know why I'm trying this. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. So yeah, 2 more Mazers until I die. Scala was mean to me. Scala Kitty rolled this seed and put in some special things that I have not been told what they are yet. So let's see how that goes. Now, come on. Okay, no. All right, so 2 not there. We'll come back when we're a little stronger. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to check the chests I can get to here. Maybe I'll get a good item. A Stardust Rod again would be... I don't need to save. There is a boss at the end of here, which I may just kind of pop in to see what it is if I don't get any good items. you know, just with the knowledge of what's here. So let's check the item shop. There are Hourglass 3s here, which I can't really afford yet, but that's a good thing to note. Those stop enemies. They don't work on bosses, but some of the things in boss slots aren't actually bosses. So they can come in handy. There was also a Dragoon Armlet there, which is something I probably won't wind up buying, but is, you know, useful. Anyway, I'll check out the chests. There's some here. Oh, a Crystal Gauntlet's very good, but neither of these characters can use it. This is not a great party in complete... And 1,000 gold. Alright, so since I got nothing of value out of this, I'm going to... Finding money is basically always useless because it's always really small amounts compared to what you need. You typically want it... So I'm going to check out the boss here. I'm probably going to reset the moment I see what it is. But this will let me know if there's something easy here or hard. If there's something easy here, I'll fight it. I'll get a key item out of it. Maybe the key item will get me another character. Oh, that's a moon boss. Okay, so these are the hardest bosses. Yeah, no, we can't do that. Wyvern is one of the 2 hardest bosses in the game, so, no. All right, so nothing of value there. Now we're going to go to Antlion Cave. So this cave has a lot of chests in it, and probably the easiest boss we actually have to fight. If I can't handle the boss in here, especially with all the items here, I'm going to have to go fight some bosses I don't typically need to, because I'm going to need the experience. Because right now, Porum starts at a very low level. Alright, so there's no good items so far. Gun gear is actually okay, but it would only be good on Kane, and we don't have Kane. So we're gonna go down here instead. Well, we were gonna go down here anyway, not the point. Gonna get the charm. Go open this chest. Lightning bolt. So those magic use items, you may notice if you played Final Fantasy IV that you won't recognize some of these items. The randomizer actually adds in some of the Japan-only items. Artemis is a really good bow, if I can find some arrows, because these characters can use arrows. But yeah, you may notice some items you don't recognize. The randomizer actually adds Japanese-only items back in. For some reason, to make the game quote-unquote easier to American players, because this was in the era of Americans are dumb, we need to dumb down our games, they took out a bunch of the use items that make the game easier. So why they did that, I will never understand. Anyway, we got an Artemis bow. Let's see if we got anything else. Yeah, no, pretty much, no, nothing for these characters, unfortunately. But this boss is typically pretty easy. Both of our characters are casters. So long as this... Okay, this is a pretty easy boss fight as far as things go. But still, we might not be able to handle it right now. All right, twin works no matter which twins you have, even if they're the same. So your twin in the vanilla game is supposed to be used between Porum and Palom, but the game only checks to see if 2 characters can use twin. So technically, you can do it with 2 Porums or 2 Paloms and get some stronger magic. So long as my Paloms don't die. Anyway, you get a random spell out of this that's, stronger than my level 1 spells. So, hey, we killed something.
Yay!
So now we're going to get a little bit better magic. So hopefully we get a key item that can do some good here. Or just a powerful weapon. All right, so we got the hook. Normally I wouldn't do this, but given the luck we've had... See, the hook is what you can use to pick up the airship. And it can also be used to get to the underground, which is a big area of the game. There's 2 ways to get down there. The hook requires you to go through an extra dungeon. If you can't tell, random encounters are off, just as an aside. But the hook requires you to go through an extra dungeon. There's also an item called the Magma Key, which will just get you straight there. But the good thing about taking the hook dungeon is it gets you a character. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the point in that dungeon where we would get that character. And we're going to pick up that character and leave because we are not getting through that dungeon. Not that we would really want to at this point. Because it's not time to go to the underground yet. But yeah, so let's get that character. So right here, the airship is used, or the hovercraft is used to traverse areas like this, these little rocky shores. There's nowhere to land the actual airship, so you need to use the hovercraft, and you need the hook to bring the hovercraft to useful areas. There's a total of 2 areas that you can bring the hovercraft to. One of them requires, one of them is to basically cash in 2 items. You can use it to cash in the hook, or the rat tail, which gets you another key item. So the rat tail plus hook is basically a do-over. There's also some shops down here. Let's buy these now, because I can afford them and they'll come in handy. Those bring dead characters back to life, so useful, especially considering I don't have a white mage right now. Crystal armlet's okay, but we have better. Excalibur's in that shops, and we know where Cecil is, so we might pay another visit to here later on to get that. So this is a late-ish game area, which means some of these chests are trapped, which means that I am not going to open these chests, because if one of them has a monster in it, which more do than not, I will die.
Are those randomized?
Yes, those are randomized. They're shuffled around. So I don't know which ones have monsters, but even though I want the items, and reminder that because it's a randomizer, these chests are not necessarily better than anywhere else. So I'm not opening those boxes. Okay, this is great luck now. This character is Fusoya. Fusoya you get at the very end of the game in vanilla. Fusoya knows every spell in the game. So Fusoya is incredibly useful. Also has 1900 health. Now we do have a flag on here called the Fusoya Challenge. What that flag does is it actually powers up Fusoya as you kill bosses, and Fusoya starts at low power. Hi, Mopman. I forgot we named him that. But as a result, Fusoya is only going to know a handful of spells. Although, fortunately, one of those spells is Exit. So we can use Exit now to just teleport to the entrance and not have to walk back through. Because even with Fusoya, we can't handle that. But and we probably also still can't pick up Cecil quite yet, because Fusoya doesn't know any magic that would necessarily help us with that. Fusoya also starts with late game gear, so that's good. Not like the best gear, but still pretty good gear. So we're going to go back here. And now with Fusoya in tow, we should be able to beat this boss. Now this will give us another character. Unfortunately, that character will be Edward. Edward is the bard, and Edward is completely useless. There is one exception. If we can find a key item called the spoon, Edward can equip it and become a glass cannon. Edward, with the spoon in the randomizer, and this is unique to the randomizer, has absurd stats. Fun fact, you can actually see Cecil talking to Cecil talking to Cecil across the table while you're playing as Cecil, with specific luck here. So it looks like this boss is Gauntlet. Now this boss is annoying, especially to find here. Why is this boss quite annoying? Because we have to do it like a million times. Now it's never going to be hard. These enemies are all easy. But the problem is that this is a several round fight, and because we got it on such an easy fight, this boss slot is one of the weakest, but it's 2 bosses in a row. So because of this, we're gonna have to, oh wait, never mind, that was a similar looking boss. Oh, we have Pain Man.
Pain Man.
This is a great place to see Pain Man, because oh right. Actually, I don't think we can... So the way Pain Man works is that Pain Man will attack 3 times and then stop. You're supposed to not fight Pain Man. Pain Man's kind of a gimmick fight. So yeah, Pain Man is what's known as a free boss. So if you don't attack Pain Man 3 times in a row, the fight ends. So you just have to survive 3 hits. You can kill him if you do enough damage to him, but you shouldn't. Now, enemies, bosses don't have their normal stats. They actually take on the stats of whatever's in their normal spot. So that boss won't necessarily be as strong as it would in its, native spot. And the exception is Zeromus is always at the end, so Zeromus isn't shuffled. But there is something special to Zeromus. SWC19 has joined your party. All right, and so every time we beat a boss, Mopman is going to gain a few more spells. We're also going to change our party around. So we're going to put Edward in the front and everyone else, and these two in the back. Now, Edward is very specifically in the middle, and there's a good reason for this. This game has a mechanic called agility anchoring. Basically, the enemy's agility is based on your middle party member. So you want to put your lowest agility character in the center if you can. The exception to this is if we have Cecil in the party, because they will always match to Cecil if he's in the party. So now that we have Fusoya, let's take another swing at this boss here. We should be able to handle it. We already know all the chests here aren't worth picking up. Anyway, I think we can handle this now. Although it is Wyvern, but it is a weak Wyvern. And the other spots we can go seem worse. So we're going to do this. I don't even remember. What item did I get for doing the inn?
For doing what?
For what I just did. What key item did I get? I'll have to check.
I don't remember. I was going to ask about it, actually, and then I forgot.
I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, Wyvern, it's actually good to get Wyvern this early because this is a really rude spot because Wyvern can be really rude later in the game.
Oh, Wyvern?
Now there is a flag called Wyvern which is off, which replaces Wyvern's Mega Nuke with a different ability. Anyway, because that's an easy spot, that, everyone levels up massively. Now there's a mechanic that characters gain extra experience if there's a higher level character in the party, and luckily we get Fusoya at level 50, so getting Fusoya is really good. So we did that, no problem. Okay, so that's really good. We got the pass there. That's one of two items we potentially need to get to the end of the game. The thing with the pass is it'll take us straight to the final boss. So if we need to do other things on the moon, which is very possible, some of the bosses on the moon could hold the crystal, or just, if we're not prepared to fight Zeromus before then, we might still have to go there, so... hopefully that's the case. Anyway, with 4 party members, even if they're not that good, we should be able to take on CPU Core now. Anyway, let's check. What item did we get? We got the Luca key. That key's completely useless, and I'll explain why later. But it is a key item. Once we get 10 key items, if we get 10 key items, if we do well or get lucky, we don't need 10. We won't need all 10, but if you get 10, you actually get double experience for the rest of the game, so that's pretty good. So now, hey, full party. Let's use lightning too. Oh, too late. I thought I could get away with that. Hopefully that doesn't kill Fusoya, although I think it might, but it's okay, I bought all those lives. So first thing we're going to do is take out the healing core. Oh, hey, hit Edward. I don't care. Edward is bad enough that I'm not even going to bother. So unfortunately, this is not the best party to fight this boss with, but I really could use a 5th party member. So Cecil's got kind of a unique attribute. If you've ever played this game casually, what you may remember is that Cecil, at midway through the game, becomes a paladin and kind of changes what he does. That's in the same spot that's the case. You can go fight the boss there, and Cecil will become, all the Cecils in the game will become a paladin, because there can be more than one, as we've seen. So we're going to head there next. But first, I would really like to get Cecil. We can still cast Black Magic on. Oh, it died. That was bad timing. that's no good. We're gonna have to use life. See, now that both of those are dead, the CP core is going to insta-kill 2 of our party members at random. So I'm bringing Edward back to life so that I have more party members alive afterwards. We're gonna hope it's not Fusoya. I should be fine. I have those. Oh, I didn't even know that ability could miss, but there we go. It missed. So after using that twice, Fusoya has a really good weapon. So even just attacking with Fusoya, well, okay, that's fine. Yeah, Fusoya's weapon is good enough that even though he's a caster, he still does the most damage of everyone. Anyway, I'm going to quickly use a level 2 spell on this. Also, you may notice that the upper Palom has a has the Lilith staff, which means that he'll heal. So that'll take care of that core. See, if Fusoya had an ability called Quake, that actually hits through wall, so I would be using that. But unfortunately, no such luck. So this fight's going to be a little slow, but it should be almost over at this point. Nice.
Are there AI manips for most bosses in this game, or just some of the gimmicky ones like this one?
There's a few things you can do with some of the bosses. A lot of them are, I mean, like, this is the intentional, like, I wouldn't really call this a manip because this is how this boss is meant to work. But there are, some of the bosses do have, you know, like, honest-to-goodness unintended manips. So when we get low, we're going to just have Fusoya heal. Should use the bigger here. See, the problem is that we have low hit-to-hit odds here, so let's just get everyone to fall. Don't want characters dying, except for Edward, because I don't care.
I love Fusoya's casting animation. He just goes like this.
You should see his death animation. We will see it eventually, I'm sure, but Fusoya's death sprite is great. I'll give you a hint. There's a reason we named him Mop Man. Hit. We gotta be almost there at this point. All right, there we go. Not yet. We still technically have to kill. Okay, there we go. Anyway, Jaxler gained 7 levels. So experience on Cecil isn't really going to matter because when we get him to a paladin, it's actually going to reset. Got Shuriken. That's a thrown item. Edge can throw items out of your inventory, as is typical of these Final Fantasy games. Someone can always do it. Bacchus Wine, that gives character Berserk. Very useful for late in the game. But I would like to, be buying stacks of Bacchus Wine, not just one. Alright, so that's that for that. With our newfound party, we can slowly struggle through a... So you may notice I'm not using exit here. Areas that have story cutscenes in them, you can't exit out of. Because the game doesn't want you to be able to soft lock, I guess, or something.
Soft lock prevention? What is this?
But we'll get one over on the game soon enough. Well, eventually. So we're going to go here. We're going to check out the shops in this town. And we're going to use their inn. I'm going to check out this one now because when I come back in here later, odds are I'll be wrapped into a cutscene and I won't be able to look around, but I mean I could always come back. The crystal sword is Cecil's best item. I cannot anywhere near afford it, but when I can, I will probably buy it if I don't find one. And the adamant armor is the best thing in the game, period. I want that. I'm going to sell some of the garbage out of my inventory, stuff that just isn't going to come in handy, period. No, I need that. So we're just getting rid of some of this stuff. Yeah, sure, we're not going to hold on to shurikens. Alright, still nowhere near being able to afford... I might be able... I'll probably be able to afford the crystal sword after coming in. Adamant is very expensive, but it's good to know it's there. If I can get a lot of money in this seed, I will... You know, ideally everyone can wear adamant armor.
In?
What?
In? You were going to rest at the inn.
Alright, that's the whole reason I came there. It's late. It's the last run of the night. This is not how you rest in this inn. I was going to get up to the boss and be like, oh no. Why am I on such low health? So we actually have to do 3 bosses in a row here. But there is a... you do get to break between. So this party will get a lot better as soon as we can, once we clear Mount Ordeals, especially when I come back to buy the Crystal Sword for Cecil. But for right now, Mount Ordeals time.
Don't forget the airship.
I can't. How would I get over here otherwise?
Pretty sure you could walk to this mountain.
I could. It would just take a very long time. Not that long, but long enough. So we're gonna pick up all the items on the way up. Unless we wind up like running into Golbez, we should be able to clear this with minimal difficulty. Although running into Bone Dragons would also be pretty bad, but my party can handle Bone Dragon. I just don't want to. So, a bunch of garbage in the chests. We really haven't been getting the best luck, but that's fine. So boss number 1 is at the start of this bridge. Okay, so this is the gauntlet fight. So this is going to take a little bit. But on the other hand, it's really, really easy. So I'm going to cast Lightning 2, and this probably will just wipe them out. Yeah, so that'll wipe out the first 2, and the general gets scared and retreats. So we do this 6 or 7 times for this boss fight. We're just going to be casting, and that should just kill everything. None of these enemies are very strong. So, Kamaru, what do you think of the gauntlet?
Well, I'm excited for the music that I know and love from Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
I mean, there is a part of this game with an item called the Twin Harp that we might wind up seeing. No promises on that one. Where where a song plays at random, although Scala picked it, and I don't know what it is. And it can be from a lot of different games. So... never know. Anyway, we're just going to keep doing this. Now, what's good about fighting 3 bosses here is A, experience, and B, the fact that Fusoya will power up 3 times. There's still a lot of spells that we want Fusoya to have. Anyway, we're almost at the end of the gauntlet.
So, I've watched parts of Free Enterprises on Twitch every now and then. And correct me if I'm wrong, but bosses keep the stats of the boss that they replace?
Yes. All right, this is the last round. Yes, bosses take on the stats of what was in their spot, but they have like all the moveset and AI of whatever the boss actually is. So that's something Edward does, which is actually the only way you can really use him. When Edward gets on low health, he'll get scared and hide.
Automatically.
Or you can make him hide manually. I mean, he's useless, but some of the bosses that are on a timer, you can trick the timer by having Edward off screen.
In Final Fantasy V, that's one of the most powerful abilities in the game. They really buffed bards from 4 to 5.
I mean, Edward's meant to be garbage. Oh, God, no. Oh, no, this is exactly what I didn't want. Okay, I have 1 Star Veil. So Golbez is going to kill up to 3 of my party members, and there's nothing I can really do about that. It's completely luck. Oh no, this is exactly what I didn't want. Oh, this party isn't good enough for this. Now, the one thing that's good about Golbez is that he only ever uses magic. So I do have 1 Star Veil, which reflects all magic. I have exactly 1, and I can pick some more up. But I really don't want to, because I really want that crystal sword, and it's going to cost me a substantial amount of money. So 3 of our party members are gone. Alright, fortunately not Fusoya, who's going to be our only useful party member for this one, but... so Fusoya is going to use the Star Veil, and hopefully the boss doesn't last that long, because it'll wear off. Alright, see Edward. So, this is our only one. I'm also going to have Fusoya casting the most powerful magic he has on Golbez. Got it.
Nice.
Whew, that was terrifying. Fusoya knows life, so we're going to use life on everyone and then use the tent before fighting the 3rd boss here. Alright, so hopefully we can get... Oh, we got Nuke. That's really good. So Fusoya got his most powerful spell back. That's one of the 2 black magic spells that we really want. So things like tents and cabins don't actually bring dead characters back to life, so we're just going to do that manually before using a tent. So tents restore 1,000 health and 100 MP. Cabins restore you to full, but as where we are right now, tents are almost as good. Fusoya has too much MP to fully restore with a tent, but 138 will absolutely be fine for whatever's in here. We have Golbez. The good news about this seed is that Golbez and Wyvern are out of the way now. The bad news about this seed is that we need to go back through that cave from earlier. If we don't get the right thing here. So let's see what the key item is. It's the Legend Sword. It's completely useless, but it is a key item. So it does add to that key item counter. Legend Sword can be fused together with an item called the Adamant to form Cecil's 2nd best weapon. All that work to get the legendary 2nd best weapon. Oh hey, we have Karate. Anyway, this shouldn't be too hard. Bye. Yeah, he wasn't super tough. Fusoya gained Cure 4, which is a good ability, but not necessary as of yet. All right, now unfortunately what we're going to have to do here is we're kind of out of places to go. All Jaxlers become paladins. And all Tituses learned Meteor wherever they are. Wow. Titus? Oh, well, wherever he is, he knows Meteor now. So once again, this is an area we can't teleport out of, but you know we have a much better Cecil. I'm gonna go sell some of the stuff we got here and go get Cecil that crystal sword, because that'll be Because we don't really have good melee damage right now, so getting Cecil the Crystal Sword is kind of important. Now, hopefully at some point I'll be able to afford that adamant armor, but I don't have a lot of... Well, I have a decent amount of money for how far into the seed I am, I guess. Okay, so we're going to go back into the weapon shop. Going to sell some stuff. Don't need this boomerang. There we go. No, I misremembered that very, very slightly. What do I want to sell? All right, I hate bows and arrows. Oh wait, these are garbage arrows though. I don't want to. Fine. Goodbye, Artemis. It's worth it to get the crystal sword. All right, so now Cecil's gonna. Okay, let's check out Cecil's 14 attack. 206. Also, it's not a two-handed sword, so we can throw a shield up in there too. Unfortunately, we don't really have any armor or anything. We do have the strength bangle, and the cursed bangle can go on. No, we don't actually want to use that. And then, yeah, now we get to go to the underground in the always unfortunate roundabout way. Because that's all the key items we can get, and we really, the only one we have that will let us make progress right now is the hook. Which means that we need to go through an extra dungeon. Oh well. Hopefully there won't be a tough boss at the end of this. So we're going to go through this area again. There's actually another huge area after this. So we're just going to kind of hope. Yeah, now that I can handle it, I'm going to open a couple of these chests to try to push my luck. Maybe there'll be adamant armor in them or something. I'm just going to open a few, not too many. Well, I haven't hit any monsters. Although I'm only going to open one more because it's getting terrifying. Because okay, well we're running out of non-monster chests at this point, so let's stop there. We hit the save point.
I feel like we need a game show host to ask you if you want to keep rolling the dice.
Hey, guess what? I just saved. I'm going to roll the dice. I'm getting lucky. I mean, I'm not getting lucky because all these chests have had raw garbage in them, but... Oh, that's actually pretty useful. That's really good on black mages. Hey, got something. Inside here, I think there's only one trap chest, so they're a lot safer to open. Anyway, this is the dungeon. Again, it's not too bad because random encounters are off. We actually can turn them on. Oh, there it is. It's okay. I can probably still handle this.
Those ogres
Who needs
look
Scott
angry.
anyway? This might have been a miscalculation. But we just saved, so whatever.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, no, we're
51
not doing
damage on
we're
an
not-
ogre.
Yeah, no, we're not doing this. I lied. That's okay. We just saved. I'm going to get the... None of that was good except for this one chest, which we already know is that. So let's put that on a forearm. Then let's get back to the boss fights. I'm not even going to bother opening those chests again. They didn't have anything good.
But now you know all the other chests in this dungeon are safe.
Yep. Unless I'm misremembering how many monsters were in chests in this dungeon.
And then next
Always
time,
possible.
next time you run a randomizer,
Next time I do it.
and then you get 2 encounters, you'll know that all the rest of the chests are safe.
Yeah, we'll learn. But typically you don't want to use your marathon runs to learn. Well, they all have trash in them anyway. This is the wrong way. There's a lot of dungeon. I get confused in the dungeons that have this tile set because there's 4 of them. Mine. Assassin dagger. No, not at this point. Earlier on, I would have equipped that on one of the forearms, but at this point, they have better gear. Also, I wasn't wrong about the number of monster chests in this area, because I got all of them. Anyway, boss time. So there's actually 2 bosses here, but it does restore you to full after the first one. This is actually a 2-part boss, so it doesn't count when this one doesn't count as 2. This game is weird, and I love it. They're like, hey, this is a fantasy game. Let's have a mad scientist and a robot as a boss.
They do have a hovercraft, to be fair.
Well, it's a magic hovercraft. But also, the game, you go to the moon at the end of the game. Spoilers. So, Cecil's got a really good weapon, and Fusoya is Fusoya, so we got some good stuff here. Of course, Cecil is weak because of the whole being level 1 thing. So I'm going to make sure Cecil survives.
Did Cecil just get hit for 600 at 600?
Yeah, Cecil got hit for exactly lethal. I've never seen this in the randomizer, actually. Okay, Edward died, but I don't care about that.
Is experience split between your party members?
No, they all gain experience. But I also don't care if Edward gains experience because he's Edward. And he's never going to get to high enough level to be useful. Even if we cap him. He's that bad.
Yeah, most of my experience is in...
So now we get to fight Dr. Luggage on his own as part 2 of this fight. It's a good thing that that this part of the game actually restores you to full health after this fight. Anyway, yeah, with 1 target. The problem is that I don't have Quake, so I don't have anything good to multi-hit enemies with. Anyway, I'm confident enough to not go back and save here because I think I can handle Evil Wall. Also, I love when Evil Wall is just wherever.
Just a wall appears.
Yeah, I love... Okay, I love when, like, there's some enemies that dance before attacking you, and I love that when Evil Wall is that, because then it just, like, starts prancing around and is a wall. So Evil Wall just slowly advances on you and does little attacks like that. I may have beat shit up. Save. I just have to redo that easy fight if I die. Once Evil Wall gets close enough, it'll start... Petrify. This fight will not last long enough for Petrify to be effective, so whatever. No, Mop! That's why he's named Mop Man. Alright, next time I'll save. What do you mean, failed? Oh, because Palom died. Come on!
You can do it.
You actually cannot do it. Let's not drag this out. All right, it's fine. We'll do it again.
But yeah, so in Final Fantasy V, you get a total amount of experience.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, in Final Fantasy V, you get a total amount of experience. So you get 100, and you have 4 party members. Each alive party member will get 25 out of that. And if one of them is dead, then they'll all get 33. So it's good to know that that's not the case in this.
No, yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't remember if it's that way in the vanilla game, but it's not that way in the randomizer.
So if you have 5 characters that you care about, you don't want one to die.
Yeah, I mean, I only really care about Cecil and Fusoya here. I shouldn't still be using Twin at this point. That's a mistake. I have better magic than that now. Big attack of Explode for 26 damage. All right, hopefully Fusoya can survive to use this, because Fusoya will one-shot. Otherwise, I actually have to fight for a very short amount of time. All right, now we get to watch the screen shake while I go to save, and then come back. Unfortunately, no experience from that fight, because it would be really nice if Cecil could just gain. If Cecil survives one boss fight, then yeah, we're gonna have to deal with this until I come back.
Does this stay if you leave the dungeon?
Yeah, it is the poison effect.
Oh, okay.
But you get healed to full before the boss, so it doesn't matter. I mean, unless this annoys you. Does this annoy you? Does this annoy you?
Just a little bit.
Is this annoying to you? This is one of the worst poison effects in a video game. All right, Wall, please don't kick my butt this time.
Imagine getting your butt kicked by a wall.
I don't need to imagine it. I've got a pretty good simulation of that right here. Petrify don't care about. I mean, the character is effectively dead if Petrify finishes, but it's not going to finish in the span of this fight. I'm mostly bringing Palom back to life to lower the odds of someone I care about more being a target. Namely the other Palom that can actually live, and Fusoya, and Cecil, hopefully, if we could just get him to survive. Yeah, I don't Petrify's good, although Fusoya gets all the way petrified. That's bad. He's pretty close to that.
First he was wearing rock pants. Now he's wearing a rock shirt.
And a rock head. He's very close to final. Yeah, okay. Well, the good news about that is I do have a heal. Alright, bye.
Well, the bald part of his head
he's not fully petrified.
Yeah, the bald part of his head wasn't petrified.
Oh no. Alright, I'm gonna need to get some good luck, but I can do this right. It just might take a few tries. Gee, how did Scala get through this so fast? Alright. Take 3. This is not where you want to be. You really want the magma key to show up so you don't have to do this. Bye. So Petrify does advance on its own. Yes, we are going to bring back Edward just for the chance to be hit. And the ability to use items. Actually, do you have, No, you don't.
That was a good damage roll.
Yeah, not too bad. Although I am in a little bit of hot water here again. not going great. Aw, you jerk. Go Fusoya's bolts. Oh, you're dead. All right, let's keep trying.
The poison sounds like a really bad ringtone.
I know, right?
Hello?
Yes? Hello? You'll have to speak up. I'm fighting a wall. You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel. Oh, Cecil. I just need to get 3 nukes off, I think. But that's not happening this time. Alright, you know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to sacrifice a Palom. I've been keeping Fusoya on the front because he's more likely to survive, but he's not doing so hot right now. You take less damage in the back and you deal less physical damage. But Fusoya is a caster. Anyway, this Palom's gonna die instantly now, but it'll keep Fusoya alive, so that's good.
Honestly, the Demon Wall is one of my favorite designs from Final Fantasy in any of the versions that it is.
I love it. I love seeing in the randomizer more, though, admittedly. Yeah, see, this way we're going to be fine. I really should have done this like 4 or 5 times. Now, if it does get close enough, it will start crushing, but I should be able to kill it with nukes before that.
I mean, this wall has already been crushing it, so...
This is why I invited you on. I don't know, like, why. Like, I want to yell at you, but, like, this is my fault.
I'm sorry.
My fault. Alright, the good news is that the wall's not single targeting our Mop Man. Alright, one more should do it. I would really like Cecil to survive, but I'm starting to have my doubts. It also starts to move faster as it gets closer, I should note. Oh, it's really close. I don't know. Come on. Come on. Come on, Mop Man. It's going to start crushing soon. No! Maybe that'll do it. Okay. This is going a little poorly. I have one more try, and then we're going to have to go. I don't even know where we're going to go, but we're going to go there.
Could,
I don't have any good grinding spots yet, because,
open chests.
Pretty much opened all them. I guess I could go to, the castle and item hunt there.
Oh, I meant open chests for the random encounters.
Oh, those don't give a lot of experience, and I can't beat them. All right, one more try at this, and then we go do something else. I would just turn on random encounters here, but the poison makes it so that I don't have the health. I guess I could heal. I don't think I have the MP to heal and fight things, though. You know what? This should probably help. Throwing a Silk Glove up. Enough for him to survive a new hit. Yeah.
I think the rock pants are a good look on Edward. Honestly.
He's rocking them. Why did I invite me on my couch? I don't think I can do this right now. I'm going to need to figure out another solution. All right, yeah, we're done with this. All right, so let's let's do this. This is going to cost all my MP to heal everyone now. Yeah, I literally can't even hit everybody. All right, we're gonna have to go. Right, and you can't even exit from here. So we're gonna have to listen to this telephone ring for a bit longer. We're gonna have to go. This is not the best seed, but we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go get some more items then.
The best seeds are the ones where you suffer.
I mean, I'd be fine with this if it wasn't in a marathon. I mean, the good news about this seed is that we got a lot of the really difficult bosses out of the way really fast. The fact that Wyvern and Cecil are both... the fact that Wyvern and Golbez are both down is really good. Yeah, you see, it doesn't actually matter that I'm poisoned because I'm not planning to fight anything. But I think everyone agrees that it'd be good if I stop this at the cost of a minute of like 30 seconds. Yeah, yeah, everyone thinks it's worth the time loss. Gotta save every single frame. No, no, I'm not dealing with this. I don't care. That's the wrong chop. 30 seconds. Longer if you forget where the inn is. Because I never used this inn. Alright, so...
Just a stack of 5 people in full armor, laying in one bed.
Hey, that's the era. That's what people did in the 90s.
What I don't get is why they put the guy in heavy armor on top.
To keep to apply pressure and keep everyone feeling safe and snug. I like how Porum's twin is like just Porum again. Or Palom, rather. I always mix them up. I wonder why I always mix them up. Anyway, there's a lot of chests in here.
Do you mean...
But a lot of them are trap chests.
Do you mean to suggest they deliberately made Porum and Palom's names confusing?
No, that's ridiculous. It was a complete accident. Really a design oversight and an embarrassing one. All right, so already we have a crystal bangle. That'll come in handy. Yeah, that was... Well, I might be able to do this. Let's get out of here. Ideally, they'll both gain the experience. Realistically... Oh, nope, they both got it. Awesome. Alright, so that's going to make the big difference. The fact that we just gained 18 levels on Cecil. I want to open these chests, but let's heal everyone first. Yeah, something's going on. Alright, so...
Don't worry about it. There's nothing interesting going on over here. Scott definitely isn't asleep on the floor, and we're definitely not dropping random objects on him.
Oh my gosh, can you point the camera at this while I'm fighting these golems?
No.
Damn it. Alright.
You know, those skulls were very poorly named. They clearly had the rest of the bones underneath the skull.
So take care of that. Gain everyone a little more experience. A few levels really does make a difference in this game. It's one of those. Diamond helmet. That's good. Cecil actually doesn't have any armor. Gonna give the diamond helmet to Cecil, and we're gonna give the crystal bangle to Fusoya, and the diamond one to Alex.
Alex 2.
Oh, hey, got another one. Let's put that on the other one. All right, so this all is going to make a big difference. So let's reorganize the party a little bit. We're going to change the form. We're going to do this. Put all of our casters in the back. Put Edward in the sacrifice spot. All right, with the better gear and a little more experience, we should be able to tackle this wall now.
It's both a literal and figurative wall in this speed run.
Yeah, and it's evil. I didn't even acknowledge that. Hopefully we can get some, see... The problem with our party right now is that of the 5 characters in our party, I want to replace 3 of them. Cecil and Fusoya are very good, and I want to keep them. But both Porum is not a, or Palom is not a great black mage, and black mages aren't exactly aren't exactly what you want to be fighting the final boss with anyway. And if I was to have a black mage, I would much rather it also be our summoner. Then the fact that we have no dedicated white mage could be a problem. Ideally, we'd find Rosa, but Palom would also do in a pinch. And then finally, we could use some of the other good offensive characters. Sid winds up getting a ton of health, so he can be quite useful. Kane can wield some of the, like some of the lances and stuff, which are really good. And, Edge is the best melee character in the game, is the only one that can dual wield. And hey, even a second Cecil would be super useful. Did I ever give, I don't think I ever gave Cecil the quick, no, I didn't.
There's a lot of giggling going on over there.
I think they just taped Scott or something.
We definitely did not tape Scott to the floor or anything like that.
This is the best speedrunning marathon I've ever seen.
Yeah, Scott, I believe his plane got in around midnight or so.
Poor Scott. Poor taped to the floor Scott. Alright, so now we should be able to handle this. So yeah, we're in much better shape. Our characters aren't dying nearly as easily.
Just for reference, I do have some "Hello, my name is" stickers in the cardboard box over there.
Poor Scott. Everyone should go follow Scott on Twitch to make up for what these jerks are doing to him.
The moral of the story is don't fall asleep on the floor in a speedrunning marathon.
Twitch.tv/SWC19. Go be nice to Scott. Anyway, this is going much smoother now.
Are we terrible friends?
I'm not doing anything, and I told people to go follow Scott on Twitch.
How could we possibly be terrible friends? We just gave him a blanket.
I can't do anything. I'm legally required to not do anything until I finish the speed run. This is everybody but my fault. Oh, come on, Evil Wall. You've got to almost be dead, right? Well, one of them is frozen.
Too soon, Evil
Yes!
Wall.
It's dead!
GG.
It's finally dead! Oh my gosh, what a jerk wall.
But really, Evil Wall, that's not cool, petrifying one of the mage twins.
He's fine. One of the mage twins that's even more twin-like than normal. And it looks like Fusoya has finally, someone learned Quake. I'm tired. I'm very tired. So now we get to go to the underground the hard way. I don't actually know which, if any, of these chests are trapped, but I'm really not going to play the Let's Take Chances game.
Or
Not in here. I don't think any of them are trapped.
Or
But I don't want to take that risk.
we could take the risk. What's the worst that could
I
happen?
can't go back there now.
What's the worst that could
The
happen?
only way I could go back there would have to be through the cave again, so it's too late. Anyway, we're finally in the underground.
What if this particular rando was improperly put together and all the key items were in those chests?
Well, then I'll yell at Scala later. Shoutouts to Scala Kitty, who put this together. So what we're gonna do now is there's a boss in Dwarf Castle. Now there's a special quality to this this boss, which I'll get to when we do it. But before that, Dwarf Castle has a bunch of items and stuff. It has a couple, it has a couple shops. So before we do anything else, we're just gonna go loot Dwarf Castle. I'm sure the dwarves won't mind. Did you know it's Lalafell under all the helmets? Someone will get that joke. Ninja Sword. Black, which can no longer be used because that's used by Dark Knight Cecil. Let's see, nothing here. Yeah, all garbage in these stores.
In the older Final Fantasies, I prefer to think of the items that you pick up with the weird names as just the names. Like, you just picked up a samurai.
Wow.
You just got a ninja.
Oh,
You're just walking around with a couple ninjas in your inventory and a samurai in your inventory.
Shoutouts to old RPGs where you accidentally walk back through the entrance you just walked out. Sorry, go on.
No, it was a terrible joke. You don't have to.
Nope. Tell it.
You
tell
should
it in
not.
its entirety. Nope. You've committed
We
now.
just picked
tell
up
it.
Zeus.
No, tell it in its entirety,
And an
Kamaru.
assassin.
Kamaru, I want to hear it now, Kamaru.
The characters in our inventory right now are pretty incredible.
That wasn't very funny.
I know.
Okay, so we've looted Dwarf Castle. Nothing too special. Got a couple ninjas, which are okay swords for Edge if we can find Edge. So we get a free character for doing this boss fight. I suppose it's not a free character because you got to do a boss fight. But anyway, despite the fact that there are two Palums I don't want in our party, I'm still looking to get rid of the Edward first. So you can see a little preview of the boss hopping around in the background there. If it's something you can't beat, you can actually reset now. The game gives you a few hints. We also know that Octomom is in Baron Castle because we saw that earlier in the opening cutscene. I said Octomom. I meant Octomam. Shoutouts to like 2005 pop culture. All right, we got Mylon Z, the Twitch emote. We actually have to fight two bosses here. But after the first one, they're going to give us a new character, so hopefully we get something good. These slots aren't too tough, but they're not easy either. Damn, Cecil hitting for 999. No, we never named a Corundum. Anyway, so here comes the real boss. Same overworld sprite, but we got Yang, who's actually not great, but you know who's Yang's better than? Bye, Scott. All Alexis's grew up, wherever they are. Okay, so this fight is Water Hag. This is one of the free bosses. Water Hag is fought typically during, it's a cutscene boss. Ooh, awkward. Awkward, Anna. Very awkward. We just sent him off. But 3 hits and Water Hag dies, no matter what.
Believe in yourself.
On the 3rd hit, Water Hag will die, no matter what. So,
And be strong. Why would you say that to a bard?
Alka died. No, we're just gonna bring Alka back to life for the experience.
Arrgh.
First, we tape Scott to the floor, and then we send him off into the abyss. That's actually not true. There's an area you can go to get your characters back. Anyway, Yang is not very good, to be honest, but anything's an improvement over Edward, right? So here we get to so we're going to see a little cutscene here, and in this cutscene, this hand is going to steal the crystal that we want, and that crystal is of course a random key item. Now this hand is going to take the crystal to where the whatchamacallit, the Luca key, which we got earlier, goes. So if we want to get that item, we have to go through the Luca key area, right?
No, because
No.
you told me it was useless earlier.
Yep, that's correct. Because, and this is one of the very few glitches that actually comes up here, we're going to have our good friend Mopman cast Warp. And Warp has a glitch where it will teleport you back into this room so you can just go steal the crystal. That's the Darkness Crystal. We can now go to the moon, which I might do soon because you get a free character for going to the moon. So yeah, you get that, and now you still get the key item you're supposed to get here. So now we don't have to go to the Luca key area, just free thing. And the package. All right, that's 2 chances at a free that's 2 characters, and we probably want both of them because I still have 3 characters I want to replace. But let's equip up Yang first. So both these characters are just going to be given to us in cutscenes. So we're going to leave the underground now. We'll come back in a bit. But we actually have 2 airships now. Because the Enterprise is still over there. You can't use the hook with this one, so if we find like the rat tail or the pink, we're going to need that back. But for right now, we can use this cooler looking red ship. So yeah, what we're going to do here is we're going to go check out what both of those characters we can unlock here now. So the first one we can grab is in Mist. Bringing the package will trigger the cutscene with, where, you find out that you killed Rydia's mom and then Rydia attacks you.
You're going to sacrifice all these people just to find a character.
Yeah, pretty much. They're all going to die. But it's Sid, who's way better than most of what we have, so we're going to take Sid. We do have to fight an extra boss with Sid, but it's it's literally the second boss in the game. The package sprite is a random sprite. It looks like we actually got what it was supposed to be, I think. So that's unlikely. So we will grab Sid. What's always funny is that they added the names for the characters to be enemies that aren't supposed to be. If you get Fusoya over there, Fusoya gets translated to Mop. So this fight can't be won. Just gonna summon Titan. Cast Quake. Yang's gonna die. Sorry, Yang. Alright, so you can still get back into Mist through the other side, which you might have to, because there is a key item in there, potentially. It's the most annoying key item. See, Mist Dragon, which you might remember is the first boss, you get a key item for going to where Rydia's mom dies after getting that. But the problem is that Mist Dragon could be literally anywhere, including places you'd have no reason to go otherwise. So if Mist Dragon is holding one of our required to beat the game key items, we could, which at this point could only be the crystal, because we have the Darkness Crystal, we have the pass. So it's really, really unlikely that that's the case, but it could still be the case. Alright, so this fight will be really, really easy. So Fusoya has Quake now, which just in time. Anyway, these, again, second boss. second boss's stats. Plus, hey, we got some more abilities on Fusoya, even though we've pretty much gotten all the ones we want. But it does increase his health by 50 points every time, which is pretty valuable, too. Ploff joined. All right, so we're going to kick out one of these. This one's worse. I'm going to take the stuff, though. All right, so we do have one other free character we can get to. So let's do that too. Because this party still could use some improvement. Yang is still a pretty bad character, even if he's not literally the worst. And I don't want any Porams, really. So now we can go in here. And now, because we have the Darkness Crystal, we'll be sucked into this cutscene. And
Not
this
the
cutscene
cutscene.
will give us the Lunar Whale, an airship that can go to the moon. Final Fantasy IV is a very normal game about fantasy. Anyway, there's also a total of 6 bosses on the moon. The things in this flag set that can have key items are bosses that give you key items in the main game, bosses that appear in summon unlock areas, and the 5 moon bosses that aren't Zeromus. So that's a total of 6 key items on the moon. I'm not going to do those yet, because those are some of the toughest bosses in the game. And we still have plenty of easier stuff to do first. But what we are going to do is when you get to the moon, see, there's a room you enter. And when you enter this room, what's supposed to happen is that you unlock Fusoya. Also, we're going to check out the store, because we're here, and we might as well.
The moon store.
The moon store. So here's a fun store. So you go into this room. This one and only this one is a shop. There's nothing good in this shop.
The moon shop.
Yeah, it's the only store on the moon. Anyway, because you have to walk through the ship every time, we're not going to fly the ship around. Also, I'm pretty sure you can't take it to the underground. But one thing we're going to do here is just see who's here. Now, I suppose it could be another Edward or something. Although it's unlikely we'll see another duplicate, because we've already seen a duplicate. And every character needs to appear once. Alright, so that's Tella. Tella's the second most useless character in the game after Edward. Yeah, I had one seed where I literally had 2 Tellas, a Poram, a Palam. And, okay, so there was nothing good up there, and it was a waste of time. But that's okay.
Worth it.
I mean, I would have had to do most of that anyway, unless I got very specific luck, so whatever. Anyway, let's replace let's, kind of combine Palam gears, I guess. Alright. So we're going to go back to the underground now, as there's... The only 2 places we can really do stuff are here on the moon and the underground. And the underground is a lot easier. And I would like some more stuff first before we go back to the moon.
Just gonna say, I feel like a glass helmet would be very ineffective.
The glass helmet's interesting. It literally does nothing to help you against magic, but it's pretty good against physical attacks.
Yeah, I'd think it'd be the exact opposite. In fact,
You would think it would be the exact opposite.
You'd think it would make physical attacks much worse, honestly.
You would, but you'd be wrong for some reason. I didn't make Final Fantasy IV. I only made Final Fantasies 6, 8, and 10. That's not true. Obviously. I don't think anyone would think, Oh, so you made Final Fantasy VI. Well, yep, that was me. All by myself. Most games, as we all know, were developed by one person alone.
It was me.
You know, like how Kojima made all of Metal Gear Solid by himself. Impressive range of voices, that guy. Anyway, there's a few more areas we can go here. This is the only one that doesn't require more key items that we don't have to do 100% of. So we're going to go here first. Once again, trap chests, we don't want to open those. Once we get here to this little town underground, these aren't trap chests. Runax is actually, we want to change this. We want 3 in the front now because we have 3 physical characters and 2 casters. This Runax is actually the best thing we can find for Sid.
Does the rune axe use MP?
Nope. It's not a magic weapon. It just sounds like one. Does physical damage. So there's a key item in that chest. Unfortunately, this time it was not an actual key item. It was just the white. But that's still pretty good. I forget, is Sorcerer better than Black? I don't think it is. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. So there's a few shops down here that we can check out. There's also an inn, which I'm going to need to use. Whatever shopping I want to do down here, I'm going to want to get done now. Because coming back here is a bit of a pain. Although I might have to come back later anyway, depending on the 2 bosses down here. Nothing good in there. We did see Bahamut in a shop earlier, but we haven't found Rydia, and at this point we probably won't. As much as I don't like it, this is probably our final party at this point. Okay, nothing good in the weapon store. There's literally nothing I could find in the armor store at this point, because I already know where to buy adamants. And I don't really want to buy anything else out of armor. There's still 2 free chests here. Dragoon Helmet is 2 Dragoon Helmets. That's 2 helmet improvements for 2 characters. You can't wear it. But these 2 can both grab Dragoon Helmets. So let's put one on you and one on you. Actually, I take it back. We're going to go to the armor shop. Just because I forgot that Sid is literally walking around in the prisoner's garb. So, like, pretty much whatever they got's better.
Still walking around in the orange jumpsuit.
Yeah, we're just walking around with, like, some dude in chains. They don't have anything, so, oh well, it's literally, oh wait, they had, never mind. Rune Amulet is very expensive and not that great. And it's okay, but we already have better amulets for our casters anyway.
You can buy an entire bar.
That's actually not true, but it's not significant enough. I worked hard enough to get rid of the bard we had. All right, so these 2 bosses take the place of summon bosses. This one's a physical boss typically, so this one shouldn't be hard. I'm a little worried about Mom Bomb over there. Especially now that I have Quake, I might be able to do this one. The only issue is that if I don't kill these enemies fast enough, they're gonna combine into a big one, and that could be an issue. Both of my casters know Quake though, so that will help significantly.
Okay, but how cool would it be if they all combined into a big one?
I don't know if I could beat the big one.
Yeah, but how cool would it be?
I've seen it before, so not that cool. Anyway, I think 2 Quakes will take them all out, so yeah, there go the Brennas. And this should take care of the cows. Yep. Okay, that's good. This boss slot is one of the toughest one of the tougher ones, so it's good to get that out of the way. So let's see what we got. Mobmans are at full power. There it is. We are in go mode.
Woo!
Okay, now what I would like to find at this point, because we can get to the moon, ideally what I'm going to try to find is a shop with sirens. I would like to get all my characters a bunch more levels, especially because my party comp is kind of weak. And Bacchus wines. So, first I'm going to try the other boss. It might have something useful. Who knows? But yeah, I need a lot more levels. So first we're going to go to all the shops we haven't been to yet. There's also the one shop that had Cure 3s that could come in handy. Silk webs would be ideal if I can find them. I think I have one silk web, which might be all I need, but I would like to have more. So yeah, let's try this boss. You know, we're here. This might be a little rough, but it shouldn't be too bad. Mom Bomb is not the toughest boss.
You'd think exploding a bomb would not be the best idea.
I mean, it's not going to explode until it has lower health. I'm like, it's... You'd think it would be weak to ice, right? It's not. I'm not sure I can do this, but fortunately, I don't need to. Right, yeah, I'm not gonna... let's see if this brings me to the next phase. Yeah, okay, I might be able to do this. I mean... Yeah, Korum's definitely dead. But I got Kick, which is good for this, and I've got Quake.
Fun fact.
These won't do too much damage to me unless they start exploding. So I need to beat them fast enough. Because, Fusoya is definitely good to survive the normal attacks. Hey! Fortunately, that's not really going to do us all that good because almost the entire party died, but hey. Maybe we'll get a cool weapon or something. That gets us 2 new characters. And more importantly, it lets us into the storeroom. So let's go. You want to open like 50 chests?
Yes.
So maybe, I don't think we're going to do Earth Crystal. It's a bit of a trek, but getting 2 new characters could be good. We do still have 2 pretty bad characters. And we're running out of terrible characters. And we've already seen a dupe. So I think there's only one more dupe. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it, Kamaru. We're going to do it.
Let's
it's worth
do it.
But before we do that, we're going to take a step into this town. I need to check the item shop for some of the stuff I still need. There's actually 2 item shops in this town, so... First one had complete garbage, but second one has... complete garbage. I already have a stack of life potions.
They also sell Unihorns, which are literally just one horn, as per the name.
Okay, so the characters that we want, assuming we're not going to get any more dupes, we would like Edge. Edge is very, very good. Edge would be ideal. Rosa would also be very good because we could use because we really would prefer a white mage. Honestly, at this point, I'm not even sure if I would want to take Palom because she'll come in at pretty low level. Ooh, Masamune. Now I really hope it's Edge. So if you have the Earth Crystal, she'll let you in here, and you can loot the storeroom. And, yeah, it's a lot of chests. Okay, the top row was all garbage. We got a Stardust Rod. That's actually pretty good. I mean, it's a lot better in the early game, but who am I to turn down a Stardust Rod? It's still going to be a little useful for a little while. And hey, some of that stuff is pretty valuable in terms of selling. Not to mention that we still have 8 more chests to open. Oh God, I need to actually you get stuck in these rooms, so I need to clear out some inventory space. So that opened 2. God damn it, this is gonna be a pain. Okay, Bacchus wine, that's good. We almost have enough Bacchus, and more importantly, I can. Oh, it already went to the stack. All right, good. We're not gonna get stuck. All right. Well, all of the chests were disappointing except for the Star Rod. Really was hoping for some adamant armor. It's okay, though. We're now going to go to the Tower of Zot. Zoop. So we can just kind of go straight through here. These bosses will be pretty easy. I'm not super concerned about them. We are very strong for this area at this point, as is what happens with these randomizers a lot. We also get a key item out of it, which at this point, like, you know, is better for the chance of when you fail to get a key item, you typically get a really good item. So at this point, typically we're going to want the good item. Although, honestly, I'm not sure how many we have total. I'm not sure if we're actually at the 10 yet. We really do want to hit 10. So that's also something to note. Anyway, let's see what our characters are. There's supposed to be 3 enemies that spawn there, but it's unlikely you'll see that. Anyway, hi, Odin. Now, Odin is a very tough boss, but probably won't be too bad here. Yeah, not in this spot, he's not. Gain a little bit of experience. And more importantly, reason we came here, 2 characters. We've seen most of the characters at this point. All right, so we got Kane, who's better than Yang. So we're going to take Kane. Now let's see who our other one is.
Kane Man.
You can also do some shenanigans with jump on certain bosses. Kane and Edge. I heard an awe from Alexis, who definitely wanted to see Rydia.
Look, I want to be in the randomizer. I mean, Proto's in the randomizer was pretty good, but, like, I want to be in the randomizer.
We're going to get rid of... We're gonna have some fun inventory shenanigans. All right, and then we're gonna kick out Yang. We're gonna take those. I want the Zeus Gauntlet. The rest can go, honestly. All right, what sucks? Goodbye. Don't need the claws. Should have equipped them first, but this boss isn't going to be... I'm not super concerned about this boss, so whatever. Oh, hi, Bone Dragon. So long as I don't use physical attacks, all Bone Dragon will do is attack. I'm also realizing that Bone Dragon is the name of a boss in a different Final Fantasy game, but Bone Dragon is really the moment you use a physical attack. The moment Bone Dragon will start doing they'll both cast Wall on themselves. And start spamming nukes. So and virus, which you can't wall because because it's already being reflected off a wall. So just don't do that, and you'll probably be fine. Problem is when you see them very early game and you literally don't have an offensive caster yet. Anyway, that was definitely worth doing with these two. Ooh, and the pink. That's good luck. I'm gonna hit up the shop just to empty out this inventory. But yeah, the pink gets you a free adamant armor, which is the best item in the game. All right, so before we go anywhere else, let's just sell some of this garbage flooding inventory. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need these. We don't need that. We don't need this. Gonna buy better than this. Don't need that. Do need this. Don't need this anymore. Arrows, arrows.
Whenever I play an RPG randomizer, I always have trouble with the quantities of money. I just see, like, 1 followed by a bunch of zeros.
I totally get you on that one. 100% understand where you're coming from.
I'm like, oh yeah, I can buy this, and no, you are off by a factor of 10.
I get you so hard on this one.
I'm sorry, no, that's 1,000,000 gil to buy this, not 100,000. Excuse me, you're not sophisticated enough for that.
Wind lance is good. All right, that's much less stuff. No, I totally understand where you're coming from. I do the exact same thing. I just haven't in this specific time. All right, so I remember that the shops in Mist happen to sell some Masamunes. So let's get another one, and then we'll grab that adamant armor. Masamune, the most powerful sword ever forged. Only one in existence. Edge dual wields them.
You know the route that I run for Final Fantasy V?
Yep, the infinite throwing of the most powerful sword in the universe.
Strongest sword in the universe, but so delicate that it will shatter under anything but the touch of Edge. Twice.
Alright, so here we've got, so we're going to take this off on an adventure. And we're going to go to Cathead Island, where we're also going to check out the shops, because we haven't been here yet. I'm not really interested in anything but the item shop at this point. I know I don't really want to buy anything from anywhere else anymore. And there's nothing in here. There we go. That's where the item is. All right, nothing worth it in here, but this cave here, this person loves tails and will trade you things for tails. So there's the rat tail, which gives you a random key item, and more importantly, the pink tail, which gives you adamant armor, the best thing in the game. Now we're going to put that adamant armor on Fusoya, and Fusoya will basically be unable to die from now on. We're also going to, equip these two, because I was waiting for some time to menu. We're going to give Kane a better sword. And a better spear. Let's see what we have in terms of armor. Not much. Then Edge has the Masamune and the Masamune, which weren't stacked. Yeah, and that's all we're getting from Edge. So our gear's a little lacking in terms of defensive stuff, but could be worse. Alright, we're going to check out just a couple more shops. And hopefully we can luck into some sirens. I know where there are some Hourglass 3s. We saw them earlier, so I'm not concerned about finding those, but sirens and Hourglass 3s you can use to farm experience, no matter what you level, very safely.
The real trick is remembering which shop it was.
It was in the castle.
Do you know how many castles there are in
The
this
first
game?
castle. I always forget the names. Anyway, let's pray, because I'm running out of shops and I haven't seen sirens yet. No. Alright, that's unfortunate. In that case, what level are we right now? Okay. Let's see, what shops haven't we been to? Fortunately, we've been to most of them. Alright, so what we're going to have to do instead, then, is we're going to go fight bosses on the moon instead of grinding on the moon. And that'll also give us a good chunk of experience. So, if I beat all 6 moon bosses, that should be good enough, too. I don't have any cabins, though. I feel like there was somewhere I didn't check the shops. Oh, I never went to, wait, hold on. I never went to, here, this one. Actually, 2 places I thought of shops that I haven't been. Okay, so this shop's in the inn. Okay, we got some apples. That's really good, and a stack of cabins is exactly what I was looking for. But let's see what we can sell. Don't need this. Don't need this. Alright, so... oh, everyone's back. Okay, so I'm going to buy as many of these golden apples as I can. Those each raise a character's health by 100, so that's really good. I have one more shop I can check out, and then it's time for the final boss grind. So, the only place I haven't checked out the stores is here. That I can reach. There's some stores hidden behind key items. Like if I had the adamant, I could check out that store, but I don't. So let's check out move. NPCs getting in your way is like the bane of your existence in Final Fantasy games. This one was in the inn? Yeah, over here. Alright, so please have sirens. Hey!
And Bacchuses.
Oh, you're right. They did have Bacchuses. I want those too. I'm out of money. It's okay. I'll sell a little more to buy Bacchuses. They're not that expensive. Let's see, what don't I need this gear too? I already have 2 Bacchuses, so let me just buy like 1 more. Yeah, I need to save the rest for those Hourglass 3s. Those I know where they are, though. Phew. Sirens literally in the last shop in the game. Let's go. I was worried we didn't get them. We did. We just barely got them. So... the Hourglass 3s were in here.
So for the crowd that just walked in, this is Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise. It is a randomizer that shuffles around all of the bosses, all of the characters, all of the key items, and then a lot of other stuff like, say, shops and items and stuff like that.
Should have bought that before. You know what? There was some items I can sell in this castle. I never bothered to pick them up because they weren't that good. That'll do. That'll get us those wines. I also forgot to ever go over here. Yeah, good and not good, but probably good enough once I combine it with the other stuff. Yeah, diamond armor. This will sell for that last little bit of gold I'm trying to squeeze out of the game. Oh yeah, the crystal gauntlet will be good for Cecil. I think only Cecil can wear this, but hey, good enough. Alright, that should be enough stuff. There we go. Plenty of money now. Let's get those Hourglass 3s. Alright, let's use those golden apples. So we're going to use those on... let's use... Kane will level up fairly fast, so I'm not too worried. Anyway, what we're going to do here now is we're going to basically... We're going to try to do something called the life glitch. I'm not sure I have the proper party set up for that, but that'll make grinding go a little faster. We're going to get everyone to about level 50. And you might think that's a lot, but actually we can, with the sirens and everything, we can actually do that fairly quickly. So let's go in here. Let's take a free heal.
Good night.
And to the moon. This will be the last time we're going to be on. This is the last time we're going to. This was the last trip to Earth. So everyone say goodbye to Earth. Bye, Earth. Moon is home now. All right. So we're not going to bother with any of the moon bosses. We don't need to. Got lucky in that regard. Unfortunately, we only have 7 key items, which means we're not getting double experience, but it's not worth the time to kill a bunch of moon bosses to potentially get 3 key items, but also probably not get 3. And the only key item that would really be useful to us at this point would be the spoon, because the spoon is, when you throw the spoon, it does 9999 damage. The spoon, you may think the spoon is a joke item, but it's oddly very useful. Anyway, as you might expect from the last dungeon in the game, all of these chests are trap chests. We're not opening them. Not all of them, but like more than half.
But don't you want to see what's inside?
Of course I want to. Not a matter of want. It's a matter of not throwing this in a marathon. Also, shoutouts to this, like, very, very original music that wasn't inspired by any popular movies. What is Star Wars? I've never seen a Star Wars film, I promise. Okay, we have 8 key items. That actually changes things. I will fight these bosses, the ones that are right here, because they're right here. But if they're too hard, I'm backing out. This one gives you a chance at 2 key items. These chests can both have a key item in them. This is an easy fight. So notice that that Fusoya is basically not going to take damage anymore. Now I'm a little worried about Edge and Kane because they're both extremely low level, but the moment this fight ends, if they can survive it, they're going to gain 1,000,000 experience. Okay. Forget they might not survive it. Let's see what another nuke does, but I think we're not doing this one. Apparently I was misremembering the stats at this spot, because, yeah, never mind. Alright. So what we're going to do instead is that we're going to do a little grinding here. So it's completely safe to do this, and we're gonna see if we have the proper party composition for a glitch as well. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna organize our inventory a little bit so I don't have to menu frantically in the fight. But you see this item called Siren? This guarantees a rare monster summon, and on this floor, it's always these two. These two give absurd experience, and more importantly, they are vulnerable to Hourglass 3. Now, Hourglass 3 stops enemies so they can't attack you. But what's special about Hourglass 3 specifically, as opposed to Hourglass 1 and 2, is that Hourglass 3 lasts so long that I could walk, I could go on a long walk and come back, and Hourglass 3 would still be active. Alright, so what I did there is something called the life glitch. Now, Cecil is going to bring that empty spot back to life where there was an enemy, but dead enemies actually have 0 vitality. So what that means is that it came back to life, and before it even spawned, it died. Which means I get experience for it twice. Komaru gained 17 levels. Proto gained 11 levels. So yeah, we're going to be gaining experience very, very quickly here. So we're going to want to get... we're going to need to, after every few fights, just to get MP back, we're just going to need to go do a quick... use a cabin downstairs and come back. So the timing of when they're going to... I need to know when they're going to die to make this work, because otherwise I won't be prepared on the life. And because my characters are rapidly gaining experience, they're also rapidly doing more damage. With the exception of Fusoya, who's much higher level than the rest. Alright, so I think they'll die after this one, which means I should be prepared with the life. Got it. Anyway, those are the 2 glitches that I know how to do. There are actually more. Anyway, this shouldn't take too long just because of how rapidly... Notice how everyone's gaining multiple levels per fight. And I want everyone at about 50 with this equipment set and party loadout, because it's not ideal. It's not bad. We wound up with okay. I really don't want Palam here. I kind of wish we had something else, but we get what we can get. I'm also going to need to go use a tent after this fight. Okay, that life was actually... Oh, I forgot. No wonder. I forgot to use the...
I was wondering.
Yeah, I forgot to use the hourglass. I was wondering, why am I dying? I'm like, right, I'm not supposed to be fighting at all.
Long day.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you're the last run of the marathon, and also your run requires much more thinking, because, none of it is habit. No. Okay, it's not actually dead yet. This should probably kill it then? Not too late.
could feel the lag
Nice.
in that menu.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to the Super Nintendo era. Alright, so... yeah, we're going to take one trip down to get healed, come back, fight a few more, and then when I run out of MP again, we're going to go fight Zeromus. Now, there's a little... what got me into Free Enterprise in the first place is... is Zeromus and what they did to Zeromus. So, I don't know what's going to happen with Zeromus. There's a database of about 400 Zeromus sprites that were added by the Free Enterprise team into the game. And it can be any of them. And I don't know the full list of 400.
So here's the thing with that, though. This one is one that has never been seen before.
Yes, this one is
We
a
have
premiere.
a custom new Zeromus special for this marathon. Big shout-outs to Scala Kitty and the Free Enterprise team for making this happen for us. So you should be excited. I'm the only one who's seen it here, and let me tell you, it's good.
Alright, so at this point, it seems like 2 Quakes are always killing them, so plus whatever damage everyone else does, so if I use another Quake, I can pretty much guarantee that, so this is one's gonna die, then I can use the life. I would really like if Kane was doing more damage, but...
The problem is he's swinging the spear instead of stabbing with it.
well, he is you, so, you know, this is your fault. Now, the most important part of them leveling up is actually health. I'm concerned they'll die in the boss fight otherwise. But the extra damage is pretty good, too. Shoutouts to the life glitch. Saving a ton of time here. Oh hey, I'm out of life potions after this one. Which was actually, I probably should save this last one in case Fusoya winds up dying in the fight. So no more life glitch. I also do not know why I had Cane Jump. Well, unless it happens to end on Fusoya, who can cast light. But no, it didn't. I'm a little concerned about MP, which is why I'm pushing it a little further than I normally would. Because once Fusoya's out of MP, no more bringing characters back to life, no more healing. Because I don't have another white mage. So my damage output is pretty good between Kane and Cecil both having their best weapons. And Fusoya having an adamant armor is pretty helpful too. So those are my strengths going into this. Alright, this is the last one. Plus, everyone has pretty high health, with the exception of Porom, who's probably not going to be super helpful. That was the wrong menu. Hi, I'm an RPG speedrunner, and yet I don't know how to menus.
Menus are hard,
Menus are very hard,
especially with lag.
especially with lag. Alright, I might have to come grind more or figure out something with the thing, but I think we're good to take our first swing at Zeronis.
Figure out something with the thing.
I think we'll be okay. Those extra apples and everything help. I do have one life potion just in case something goes terribly wrong. So we're off to our final boss now. And the final boss, despite having the random graphic, is actually the most predictable part of the run. Zeromus behaves the same way every single time, has the same stats every single time. But that being said, the way you tackle Zeromus is different every time because your tool set going into Zeromus is almost always different. There's a lot of different strategies. That you can use to tackle it. And I'm kind of not using one I'm super comfortable with, so hopefully we're okay. If not, we'll go use a few more sirens after I lose. But now we get to see, now I'm excited because we finally get to see what this big surprise is.
I'm just gonna say in advance, you're welcome. Enjoy.
I'm very scared. I'm scared. I'm not excited. I'm scared. If it's Scott, what if it's Scott sleeping on the floor? Is it Scott sleeping on the floor?
No, that's Scott sleeping on the floor.
Oh, so I only have to beat up that. I don't have to beat up this.
Wait, no, don't do that.
All right, let's see. So this is why you need the crystal.
That is Scott sleeping on the floor.
So you
right?
get this. You get Zeromus's like non-fake form until you throw the crystal, which reveals Zeromus's true form. So we're going to be casting Berserk on all of our physical characters using magic. Zeromus always counters magic, so we only want to do it after Zeromus shakes because it'll actually nerf a different attack. Zeromus. Oh. We also have these Bacchus wines, which will.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Zeromus is a gosh dang virtual boy now.
Truly the
Thank
most
you,
evil.
Scala.
Thank you so much, Scala. I don't know if Scala's in chat, but thank
She
you.
is.
So silk webs will also do for casting. Hopefully this is. That's bad. Now we're gonna get the counter and the thing, so hopefully it doesn't. Yeah, that's gonna do a ton of damage. We're going to need to cure as fast as possible. Ooh, 2 characters are already dead. I'm going to need to bring them back to life. Fortunately, I can do that.
Have the one life potion.
I mean, we can also cast it. So we're good. Yeah, we're taking the full blast there. Nothing to do about that. They should all survive it, though. If you use a magic attack after the shake before Big Bang, it nerfs Big Bang tremendously. We got off to a super rough start here, so this might be a do-over. Fortunately, beyond that, Zeromus will not do anything else. So we do have time to heal up. Oh, except for Black Hole. All Black Hole does is remove Berserk, though, and remove Slow from Zeromus if we casted it. The last Berserk will finish before that. If you're doing a lot of damage, you'll actually skip all the Black Holes. We still have Blackus Wines, though. Bacchus Wine, Bacchus Wine casts Berserk on self, so. Am I gonna try this again? Oh no, I don't have any more Silk Webs. That's fine. Cure again. The other reason that it's good to, oh my gosh, how did we lose MP so fast? Did I forget to use the cabin or something? No, I definitely didn't. Well, all we can do now is pray that we're close. We're not. Any spell will do to nerf. Oh dear. Alright. I'll take one more shot at it like this, and then I need to go... Then I need to go find something better. That was hurt significantly by kind of... We really started that fight off on a bad foot, but... Now, something I can do to get SP back that I really didn't have a chance is, there's an ability called Psych, which drains MP from a target. Now, Psych is useless against almost every boss in the game. But, you know what it's not useless against? Party members who don't have any use for their MP. So, that's the only way I really have to recover MP. And it's a little slow. And I can't have a different character cast it for me, so we're going to take a second swing at this. And then if this fails, we'll use the rest of the Sirens and try to get in a few more levels. Try again, and then if that fails, we're going to have to leave and go try to find more items or something, because the armor on these characters is not great.
I'm a little upset we didn't see Ultros.
Ultros isn't in this game.
I'm pretty sure there's an octopus boss.
Yeah. I mean, we know where Octomam was. Like we saw in the opening cutscene, that was in Baron Keep. We never found the Baron Key. So we're gonna throw the crystal as always. Then, if I were to cast anything, if I were to do anything offensive now, it would actually fail. I love this so much. Alright, we're just gonna eat it. Oh, wait. Go! Go, Porom! Hurry up! Please? Okay, good. So this is gonna do garbage damage, but watch what happens here. So we're gonna get a counter with a nuke. This is gonna do significant damage. But the Big Bang is gonna do substantially less now. See, much, much less. And we're kind of just going to try to keep ourselves alive while dealing with this. We want the Berserks to go. This will keep the focus on the characters that can actually cast. So Silk Web counts as a spell. I'm actually going to parry so I can get back to our good friend Mopman. This way I can cast a Cure spell, so... The boss actually has this phase where it stops attacking because it actually has twice as much health as the game can store. And if it shakes and doesn't use a Big Bang afterwards, it's in that point. Oof. I was expecting that to kill, I was expecting that to kill, Kane, but I wasn't expecting that to hit Edge. Probably too late at this point. I'm just gonna have to cure so that I can, so that next phase I can, quickly snag snag someone else's MP. Now, we know we're close to winning when the boss starts casting Media. Oh, that was the half point, I guess. That was actually a really good time for that to occur. So we're going to use Psych to steal Cecil's MP.
I thought Psych cost 1 MP, but
Nope,
I guess
in this game it costs 0.
That's really convenient.
Yeah, it's better this way. You don't have to make sure to save that last SP. Alright, so once Psych is cast, I'm casting Cure 4. Alright, so there go all of the Berserks. Not my biggest concern at present. I'm more focused on making sure I don't die. Thank you. Oh, so Zero Mist does have phases where it'll do other things. So I guess we're at a spam nuke phase. There's also a spam virus phase, which is, and then the final phase is Meteo. And Meteo doesn't actually hit super often. So it's the easiest phase, and it lets you know you're almost done. And it can't counter anymore in Meteo phase. Alright, well, we're not minimizing that. Gotta cure far off immediately. Get everyone right back to health. No one should die from that at this point. Really like to get Berserk up. This is the problem with only having one white mage, is that I'm very limited on kind of the sorts of things I can do. Yeah, this time I'm gonna have to Psych again. Where is it? Oh, it's a black magic thing, because I'm smart. And we're gonna take Edge's MP this time. This will probably kill, Koram, which I don't care that much about. Koram is going to lose the rest of that health to the drain effect afterwards. Actually, no, I think Koram will actually survive this. Oh, we're at Meteo! It's almost done, but I'm in kind of a rough spot. It's unfortunate. That was really unfortunate timing. I can use black magic again, so that's good. Quake. So the good thing is that Fusoya is extremely unlikely to be hit by Meteo. And that's because of the adamant armor, as well as just Fusoya being high level and stuff. And it just misses. It's supposed... I didn't know you could get nukes in this phase.
Imagine being able to cast Quake in this weird space place.
Hey, the space quake! Anyway, very close to dead at this point. Just need to hold on a little bit longer. Here, you have plenty. Hey, time! Take that, Nintendo Virtual Boy! Oh, hey, I'm still in the menu. Psych. I wonder if this can actually go off before the animation ends. I don't know if it can. I've never tried. I don't know if it has to wait for it to finish. Oh my gosh, huge shoutouts to Scala Kitty for this, and also just being a wonderful person.
Underestimate.
Hey!
You got there.
Yeah, a bit of a rough start, but things picked up after a while.
Did
That
you
evil
like your
wall.
Zero Miss surprise?
Yes, I love Zeromas.
Is that what you were expecting?
No, okay, so I had guesses. Some of my guesses were Jack Frost, the Witch's Hex emote.
That would have been really good. Oh my gosh.
One of the Valkyries emotes, or, was one more I thought was a likely possibility. But no, I probably would have never guessed the Virtual Boy.
Well, I'm glad I picked something creative then.
Virtualness. Anyway, so, yeah, since Underestimate, and if we watch the credits?
I want to go to sleep, to be totally TBH.
Well, we can see where all the key items we missed were. Oh, so I do have a question for you, since you know. What was the Twin Harp song?
It was something from Kingdom Hearts. I don't remember which song. It was like
Probably Simple and Clean, I guess?
I don't think it was that one. I remember looking at it and be like, oh yeah, this one was iconic. I think Simple and Clean was the other option. There were like 2 on the list.
It's the other one that I forget the name of then, like the Kingdom Hearts 2 theme.
I don't remember. Maybe.
Totally completed it in 149.42. Woo, yay!
There were no resets there.
It was Dearly Beloved. That was the one.
Oh, okay. I take it Scala's in chat.
Yes.
Hi, Scala. Thanks
Yeah,
a ton.
we got hosts from the Free Enterprise channel and from Randomania during that.
Oh, that's
You are
nice.
popular.
Oh, make sure to follow both those channels, and make sure to follow Scala for being awesome, and all the Speedruns Rochester staff. That's Ploff27, Proto Magical Girl, SWC19, and Corundum Core. They've all been working really hard today.
I'm tired. I'm sleepy.
So what we see in the post game here is the locations of all the items. So this will show us kind of where everything is. Can we sit through the items at least?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay,
I
it
mean
doesn't
we're
take that
waiting.
long.
We're waiting for ConOps to come lock our room, anyways.
Okay, this shouldn't take too long.
Yeah. So hey, I just want to give a shout out to this like crew that's been watching. That was my hand. Hello.
You're
This
awesome.
crew that's been watching speedruns all day. There's just this like group of like six people that have just been here like literally all day. We appreciate you.
Oh, the adamant was there
Oh.
in the hardest boss spot in the game. Also, I probably said some things that weren't perfectly accurate, and I apologize for that. Since, hi Twin Harp, never found that. So the way that spot works is there's actually 3 key items associated with it. So basically, you can find Yang in the underground, and when you see him, you go to Yang's wife and say, "I found Yang," and in vanilla, she gives you a pan to go hit him on the head with. That'll wake him up. Yeah, that's a useful spot for the magma key in the underground. But and then when you hit him with a pan, you get a chance at a key item for that. There's where the pan was. And then you go back and give the pan back to Ying's wife, and she gives you another potential chance at a key item. So I didn't go down there because I didn't have the pan, and I didn't think it was worth checking without the pan while I still had other options, but that's the thing. These are all the moon bosses, these ones. These are, the toughest boss spots in the game, and apparently they had a lot of the key items. There's the spoon. Spoon was behind Twin Heart. Not exactly worth it. I never did this. I forgot I didn't do this one. Oh, wait, no, I did. I got the pass. Never mind. Didn't use it, but I had it. God, some of these key items to places I didn't need to go were in obnoxiously out-of-the-way positions.
I'm very upset about no Rydia, not gonna lie.
I never found Iridia. And I wound up looking
I wanted to be in the video game.
I wound up looking for a lot of the characters. We saw most of them.
10 out of 13.
I still can't believe we started with 2 Paloms. And we kept one of them till the end of the game because we never found something better. This is not Star Wars music. This is not Star Wars music or a Star Wars screen scroll. Not Star Wars. Don't worry, I won't subject you to more of that. Thanks for watching, everyone, both those of you here in person and on the internet.
Shoutouts to Ni Uematsu. Have no idea who that is. I'm sure there's no way we could ever know. The name is abbreviated.
You have no more idea.
clue.
No more idea. That pun didn't work.
Honestly, it worked real good. Okay, yeah. With that, I think we're going to call it a night. Thank you all so much for watching, like Hex said, online and in person. We will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m., running all day tomorrow once again right here at Tora-Thon 2019 in Gosnell 2300, and right here at twitch.tv/speedrunsrochester. I'm tired.
Give you a shout out. You were right next to me the whole time.
Follow
Komaru. We love Komaru.
I don't know this game, so I've just been sitting here quietly for a while asking questions.
Follow Komaru on twitch.tv.
Yeah, agree. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks from all the staff. Good job, all the runners today. Be here at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. It's gonna be Jaxler kicking off the marathon. Like, you don't want to miss it. It's gonna be amazing. Good night.